Hi, I'm Chris Roberts from Mother 4-Wheel Drive Products, and I want to briefly talk to you about winches that are available in the market today. Common failing point in a lot of cheaper winches are the solenoid system, the brake assembly and the hand control. A big emphasis when we engineered the Mother winch was that these three key features are of a superior quality and meticulously engineered. A lot of the cheaper winches in the Australian market come to you at a much cheaper price because the research and the development, the engineering and the testing procedures are not up to the standard of what Mother are. A lot of cheaper winches available in Australia's testing standard and quality control procedures are just not up to scratch. Mother have developed a unique testing standard. Our winches undergo severe testing before we release them into the market. Every individual winch is individually tested within the factory. They are serial number tracked and traced to ensure when you use our winch, you fit it to your vehicle, it's going to work first go. With an expensive purchase of a winch, the backing of this standards and this testing is an important feature that should play a part in the decision that ultimately makes you buy the winch. How winches are used in the four-wheel drive environment is extremely harsh. Mother developed a testing standard that we use to test every component of our product to absolute destruction point. So we knew where our weaknesses were so we could build and deliver you the highest quality product. There is a testing standard in Australia called AS 1418.2/1997. This testing standard is a lifting standard which plays a little part in how winches operate. At Mother we have developed a testing standard for testing our winches. The testing standard is divided into two categories: strength testing and durability testing. The strength testing, what we did is ultimately test the strength of the winch to ensure it's going to stack up to the capacities we rate. So the first thing we do is we do a 1.1 times dynamic pull, where we operate the winch for 1 minute at 1.1 times its rated capacity. Throughout that testing we record information such as amp draw, temperature of the drum, temperature of the gearbox, temperature of your motor, decibels, line speed. The next test we do after that is a 1.25 times static test, where we pull the winch to 1.25 times its rated capacity. The reason we do this is we want to ensure that that brake assembly inside that drum is going to hold you and your vehicle in place if you have to suddenly stop. The next test is a durability test. We developed a durability test to break the winch. We wanted to break the winch so we knew all the little components that we needed to adjust. The first part of the durability test is a 1.25 times dynamic pull for 1 minute. After we complete that 1.25 times dynamic pull and record all the data, we reverse it out, then we do another 99 cycles at 1 times its capacity, recording all the same data that we record on every individual cycle. This is a test that takes us approximately 2.5 months to complete. As a product manager for Mother, I am proud to stand and say none of our winches fail during that test. So with that testing standard, you can be assured that you can rely on Mother if you buy one of our winches. Through our testing, one of the things we do is we record the decibels. The reason we record the decibels is you're running a 3-stage planetary gearbox. Inside that planetary gearbox is your gears. Now, to run your gears efficiently, you want to use a synthetic grease. Now, a lot of cheaper manufacturers will actually fill that gearbox full of cheaper packing grease. Now, the winch is a lot quieter, however, it's not as efficient and doesn't have a longer life. So what we ultimately do is we use a synthetic grease and we try to get the exact right amount of grams inside our gearbox, so that way we can keep our gearboxes underneath an 85 decibel rating that can still provide you a long life for that winch. When it comes time to invest in your winch, it may be worth spending that little bit extra and getting yourself a Mother winch for that peace of mind and trouble-free touring. I'm Chris Roberts from Mother 4-Wheel Drive Products.